First Republic Registrar is a common law pure trust foundation established in 2013. Its purpose is to provide an international platform for all good sovereign governments, organizations, and peoples to file and record good title to the natural human body, to landed property, and to private conveyances. This is known as allodial title or sovereignty certification. The voice you are listening to is that of an ordained and certified sovereign man, known commercially as Paul Anthony Simons, and known spiritually as Nabu Ka Ma'at, meaning golden ray of justice, liberation, and balance, a name and title which exemplifies my law, nature, and purpose whilst on earth plane. Both my commercial and spiritual acumen, as well as my qualification by natural process, has earned me the position of proto-notary, notaris public, and certified sovereign underwriter. I'm also a self-published author of more than 12 books covering subjects such as spirituality, metaphysical principles, laws of absolute nature, the mind, human psychology, and many other subject matters, with concepts and narratives from across many cultural paradigms going back many thousands of years. I'm a student of life in general, and I've also been taught, trained, and inspired by the best of the best. I've also studied many commercial systems, banking systems, trading systems, government systems, as well as multimedia in general, and marketing in all manners of platforms. As my spiritual title expresses, I am a golden ray of justice, liberation, and balance. The characteristics of Nabu is in synchronicity with our local sun as a primary source of golden energy, the primary conductor and conduit of all the necessary elements that are required to sustain life. The characteristics of Ka is also in synchronicity with our local sun as it emanates its golden rays of energy as a beacon for life, motivation, inspiration, and revelation. And the characteristics of Ma'at is also in synchronicity with our local sun as a force that promotes justice, liberation, and balance. Justice being defined as moral and conscientious behavior. Liberation being defined as freedom of speech, character, and the freedom of travel. And balance, the quality of being centered on one's natural law, natural nature, and natural purpose. First Republic Registrar Foundation is the common law vehicle through which I operate commercially as a proto-notary and common law sovereign underwriter. I invite each and every one of you watching and listening to this video to embark on a journey of rediscovering yourselves, that is to say, rediscover your ordained sovereignty. Your ordained birthright is about self-realization, and your ordained nobility is about self-actualization. It is about you becoming you. First, you must rediscover who you are and why you are here. Secondly, you must create the necessary conditions in order to grow into who you are born to be whilst here on earth plane. And finally, you must arrive at your natural nature, which is your ordained culture. These are the three paradigms of your sovereignty. Your ordained birthright in the physical, which is self-realization. Your ordained nobility in the spiritual, which is self-actualization. And your ordained culture in the mental, which is your natural nature. This is the journey we must all take. Although not easy, along the path of self-realization towards self-actualization, you'll find yourself becoming more and more in alignment with who you truly are by your natural nature, and not what you were previously programmed to become. Sovereignty is also about soul reigning in the body, meaning your true essence as a being living life to the fullest and on purpose. This is your birthright. Along this journey, self-realization is a process of making a clear distinction between your commercial name and title and your true essence in the spiritual and mental. For instance, a clear distinction and the difference between Paul Anthony Simons which is a legal and commercial entity, and Nebu Karma'at, which is pertaining to who I am spiritually and mentally, must be made. To put in relative context, birth registration and birth certification formulates creation of legal titles and commercial entities, such as Paul Anthony Simons, whereas a certificate of sovereignty formulates enactment of allodial title to your natural physical body, and a certificate of nobility formulates an acknowledgement of your spiritual attributes on paper. Thus, from the point of view of a government state, a birth certificate is evidence of a title ownership claim. And from the point of view of you and I, a sovereignty certificate is a reclaim of our natural body and acknowledgement of our actual essence, our spiritual essence. The sovereignty certificate therefore acts as a formal notice to the government state that you have arrived at a self-realization process and are now taking control of your being and of your commercial estate, so to speak. In principle, government state laws are only applicable to legal persons, aka commercial entities, usually administered as citizens of the state or citizens of the government, whereas only laws of nature and in some situations cultural laws are applicable to the ordained and certified sovereign man and woman. Therefore, two complete, separate, non-joining jurisdictions of law are realized. Self-actualization, however, is about growing into your spiritual and mental capacities and on purpose. Sovereignty, however, as our slogan says, is about working with and not against. A true sovereign being, operating in his or her true physical, spiritual and mental capacities, will always aim to be sound and right in their reasoning or mental contemplations, and therefore will always strive to find mutually benefiting ways of dealing with conflicts, oppositions, adversarial arguments, and the likes. As a proto-notary in my birthright capacity, and as a notaris public and sovereign underwriter via FRRf Registrar, I have been authorized by natural process and also by appointment to witness and authenticate documents such as common law pure trusts, sovereignty certification, allodial titles to landed property, and travelling conveyances. A notaris public historically is also regarded as underwriter of laws of nations. This is a very significant position to note. Thus, by having your documentation certified by any FRRf Registrar notary, you can be assured that the elements of the paper document are now deemed lawful, recognizable, and acceptable anywhere in the world. For further information about FRRf Registrar Foundation and its processes, visit our website at www.frrf.org or email us at info@firstrepublicregistrar.org. Thank you for your attention.